Ahead tonight on Our News Live at 7, a Father's Day tragedy. A police reservist shot and killed in a daylight robbery. Tonight, his family talks about his life and their loss. The scene of Sunday's double shooting, a hotspot for robberies. It was deja vu in many ways for this lady. Our Joshua Williams is back on the scene tonight live. Plus, the bloodshed on Sunday spilling into the Cordo Avenue area in a triple shooting. And then in Our News Live at 7:30, no pay and no answers. Silver Airways employees left high and dry in last week's airline pullout. Our News Live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News Live at 7. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Jerome Sawyer in for Candino Knowles. 24 hours after a deadly double shooting at the Palmdale Shopping Centre, and police have no new information on the suspects still at large tonight, nor have they officially identified the second victim. Meanwhile, the family of the police reserve inspector who was ambushed by gunfire on Father's Day are left to mourn his tragic loss. It comes nearly 5 years to the day he lost his own son. Well, our Berthany McDermott spent time with the family today. He joins us live tonight. Berthany, I'm sure that must have been a tough situation with the family when you spoke with them earlier today. A very tragic story.
Jerome, family members and those who came to know and love him all gathering at his family home in the Fort Charlotte community, leaning on each other for strength. This as his mother, visibly distraught, fighting back tears as other family members question the reason behind the senseless killing. On the day he died, Reserve Inspector Lennox Williams was supposed to pick his mother, Mary Stovall, up from the airport, but instead she landed to the devastating news. Family members tell us where they were when they got the tragic news.
We were just about to sit down and have a Father's Day meal. We were being seated, and then my sister said, "Oh, no, we can't sit, we have to leave." And on the way back to the car, she mentioned that he was shot. I assume he was shot, taken to hospital. We were going to ride there to see how he was.
But unfortunately, that was not the case. Another cousin, Aaron Jones, was forced to quickly leave church and rush to the scene after getting the word from multiple sources that his cousin was tragically gunned down on Father's Day.
When I got there, meeting my family there, their faces were showed emotions of, a result that was not good.
Williams was shot and killed on Sunday morning when he was ambushed by a group of men while depositing money. Jones remembered Williams as a fun and caring family member who was always bringing family together. Meanwhile, Bethel says the family is relying on prayer.
We're drawing strength from each other, and a lot of us are Christians, and so we rely on prayer. I found myself most of yesterday asking God for strength.
On the scene, Police Commissioner Chantanol telling us there was an exchange of gunfire resulting in two of the men being shot. Jones telling us the tragic killing comes as the family is still reeling from the death of Williams' son, who passed away on his birthday in May 2020 after an accident at a pool party. This recent incident prompted the family to call for capital punishment.
When are we going to introduce capital punishment? How many more mothers have to scream out on the road?
And Jerome Williams leaves behind 3 children, family members telling us the way forward won't be easy. Reporting live, I'm Berthany McDermott, sending it back to you in the desk room.
Thanks so much, Berthany. A very heartfelt story there. A very tragic time for that family. Our Joshua Williams is standing by outside the bank where the incident unfolded. But before we come to you, Josh, onto this story now, the Royal Bank of Canada officially releasing a statement on yesterday's tragic killing as the victim was making a deposit at their Palmdale branch. The statement confirms that the incident took place. It goes on to say our thoughts are with the families and loved ones of those involved. The matter is currently under police investigation. Well, the site of Sunday's shooting is a hot spot for robberies. It's also at the heart of the busiest commercial district on the island. Our Joshua Williams is back on the scene tonight. And Joshua, you spoke with both residents and police at that plaza today. What can you tell us?
Good evening, Jerome. As you mentioned, this is one of the busiest business sectors on the island. Right now, things have died down. A number of stores in this plaza have closed. And even though the sun is still relatively high in the sky. The area is pretty much clear. Now, it's a stark contrast to this morning where I stopped by to speak to residents and police, and I ran into a lady who had a surprising story to share.
This is the most vulnerable place for people to attack because people have plenty of money.
Residents still in shock over a double shooting yesterday just before noon that took the life of police reservist Lennox Williams. Police reported Williams was making a deposit at RBC's branch in Palmdale. Today I revisited the scene of the crime where I met Daisy Roberts. She tells the frightening tale of how her husband was robbed at that very same bank deposit box 8 years ago.
He didn't see anybody come in behind him. He got out of his car, he came, he put the key in, he put the bag in, and the next thing you knew, there was two guns, one on either side. Two men were next to him, and he was just facing the depository. He had the bag put in, but it hadn't dropped, and they said, "Don't drop it." He didn't drop it. He froze. They took the bag and they pulled off.
Her husband survived the frightening ordeal, but for Police Reserve Lennox Williams, it was a deadly end. The news spreading quickly over social media with pictures and videos of the incident going viral. This resident still outraged over what happened.
That's wrong. That's still inhumane. To disrespect authority and to take another police officer's life, that's wrong.
Despite the shooting yesterday, the plaza was bustling with life today. Residents making their way in and out of the bank. We also met officers from the Northeastern Division seeking to use the tragic situation as a learning opportunity.
We are doing routine walkabout, sensitizing business persons as to what they should be doing when they are considering deposits.
Certainly a surprise to run into Ms. Roberts today, Jerome. It wasn't something that I expected. Now, if you can see just behind me, there are a number of people that are still using the ATM machine and the deposit drop box. Earlier, we saw a police car that was parked just across the street, just observing how a lot of people would carry out their business at this ATM machine this evening in light of everything that happened. Jerome?
Thank you very much, Josh. Great reporting from you there. Our Joshua Williams and Berthany McDermott, a part of our live team coverage tonight. We'll check back in with you both in our news at 7:30. Now, that deadly shooting yesterday prompting police to send strong warnings. Officers from the Northeastern Division returning to that scene this morning, speaking with business owners and customers in the area. Chief Superintendent Antonio Munro giving this advice especially when transporting large sums of money.
Persons who are depositing monies, I think it is important for you, for example, to not to do it alone.